Thanks for joining. In this lesson we will practice with various syntax in JavaScript. If you have any questions or need clarification along the way, feel free to comment below. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more exciting lessons like this. Let's jump right in and start learning. In the previous lesson I explained variables. Now in this lesson we will discuss code comments, semicolons and statements. So code comments in JavaScript. Beginning your project with comments is a recommended practice. By incorporating comments directly into your code files, you can articulate your ideas, create pseudocode, outline project plans, and more. This approach involves writing comments before delving into the actual code. Comments are typically displayed in a subtle green color, ensuring that your file remains organized and well structured without clutter. As your project progresses, it is important to keep your comments up to date, ensuring that they accurately reflect the evolving state of your codebase. Single-line comments begin with double slash and allow you to add comments on single line. Anything following these slashes will be treated as a comment and will not be executed by the JavaScript interpreter. Multi-line comments, also known as block comments, start with slash asterisk and end with asterisk and slash. They allow you to add comments that span multiple lines. Everything between these slashes will be treated as a comment. Shebang comment, also known as hashbang comment, is a special comment placed at the very beginning of a JavaScript file. It starts with hash and exclamation mark, followed by path to the interpreter that should execute the script file. This type of comment is primarily used in Unix-like operating systems to specify the interpreter for scripts. And standard shortcuts in VS Code. For single-line comment it will be Ctrl/, and for multi-line comment it will be Shift-Alt-A. You just need to select the required part of the code and press the hotkey, and it will be commented out. Now let's talk about semicolons. As I mentioned in previous lessons, I am not typing semicolons at all. As you remember, we discussed previously the Prettier extension. It formats your code automatically. You just need to press Alt-Shift-F and your code is formatted and semicolons placed. But anyhow, let's mention few words about semicolons. In JavaScript, semicolons are used to mark the end of a statement. I'll explain statements in a bit. While JavaScript does have automatic semicolon insertion, known as ASI, which inserts semicolons in certain cases, it is considered a best practice to explicitly use semicolons to indicate the end of each statement. Here are a few reasons why semicolons are important in JavaScript. First, it will separate statements. Next, semicolons are required for code minification and compression. Also, it will avoid ambiguity. Also, with semicolons, your code will be compatible across different environments. And sure thing, code readability. And on the top of that, JavaScript will place them implicitly, but various conditions apply. Let's consider this piece of code. When you break a statement like this one, JavaScript recognizes it as a single logical line. In this case, the absence of a semicolon after the plus operator is acceptable, because the interpreter understands that the string concatenation is not complete until the closing parenthesis is encountered. The log function has parentheses, and since this logic is incomplete, JavaScript will not be placing semicolons, so this code is good to go, even though it spans across multiple lines. Now let's explore a more interesting example. So what does this code do? The console log statement takes the entire function as an argument. Instead of the console log, we should treat the return statement in this place. Currently, the return statement is written as a single line. Even if I remove the semicolon at the end of the line, which says return value, the code will still function. Let's execute it. As you can see, inside foo is logged followed by return value. Both strings are present. However, if I place my cursor between the return and string itself, then I press enter to jump to the next line, the string return value becomes less prominent. After the return statement, JavaScript implicitly places a semicolon, indicating that the function returned and the return statement is empty. It's an empty return. When executed, you will observe that we have inside foo followed by undefined statement. This undefined result is due to the inserted semicolon by JavaScript. The same result occurs if I add a semicolon after the return statement, so semicolons can be treated differently in such cases. Now let's move on and see statements. In JavaScript, statements are individual instructions or commands that make up a program. They are building blocks of JavaScript code and are executed sequentially, one after another. Each statement performs a specific action or operation. We need them to perform actions, execute specific tasks within our code, assign values to variables, invoke functions, control the flow of execution, and so on. So we control structures with statements, such as if-else statements, which allow us to make decisions and execute different blocks of code based on specific conditions. Loops, such as for and while loops, enable us to repeat a block of code multiple times until a certain condition is met. Statements help in organizing and structuring our code base, implementing various algorithms and procedures, interact with the browser environment, and much more. And don't worry if you don't understand completely code on your screen. At the conclusion of each lesson, I'll be providing assignments. I highly encourage you to complete the assignments, as they will greatly contribute to your progress in JavaScript. By consistently practice, you will see faster results in your learning journey. Let's conclude this lesson here. In the next lesson, I will explain basic operators and math in JavaScript. Each lesson will be built upon the previous one, making the concepts more comprehensible as we progress. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or need further assistance, feel free to comment below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more great coding content. Stay updated with the latest videos by ringing the notification bell. And happy coding!